Well.
Oh, ¿cómo está, shorty?
If it isn't my arch nemesis slash co-host Eric, how are you doing,
Oh,
buddy?
my my goodness. And if it isn't my padre, Thai.
You're really adopting the Spanish lifestyle and culture, I presume. Are you still in
hmm
Mexico?
That's right. I sure am. I am fully adopting it. I'm, objectifying women. I'm hollering at
Hmm.
them from the pool. Um,
Hmm.
I've got those like little slits in my eyebrow
And sluts.
and sluts.
You're
That's right.
yeah, you're full on culturally appropriating them. You Ted Cruz down there like a week ago, and you're already really you were
hmm
born to take on this lifestyle.
It really was. Except my stomach was not Thai.
No, are you experiencing a bit of I guess, omelet shock from the all-inclusive resort?
Mm. Little did I know that when you say all inclusive, it includes all kind of stomach ailments as well.
Oh no, you're not
Yeah.
accidentally creating a petri dish of new viruses in your stomach lining, are you?
Um, it's quite possible that I'm going to bring back something that Canada has never seen before in terms of a stomach virus. Um,
Okay.
because it is a wet market down here, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a wet market in Eric's gut. Uh,
hmm
tell me about this, King. What happened?
Well, Ty, I've lots to update you on. So, you know, I started feeling really shitty yet last night. After dinner, I started feeling like a little queasy. I suddenly was feeling kind of sore and got some chills going on in my body. Um, Also took a huge diarrhea shit.
Mm, that's not
Mm,
that's not unusual for you though.
no, I mean, anytime you go to the way, if you
Hmm.
say you went to the way every day for every meal for a week, I'm sure you'd
Hmm.
experience the same thing because, like we said, Subway's an all-inclusive as well. Um,
It's true.
but
You wouldn't be making any footlongs. You'd only be making sauce.
it's a sauce only. It's a sweet onion bath down there. It's
Yeah.
terrible. But yeah, turns out that, well, actually, yeah, I felt like ass, and I had to run through all the meals that I've had in the last 48 hours. Um, and I've narrowed it down to potentially this cursed burger that I had at the pool grill.
So I not that I don't trust your Sherlock-esque deduction skills, but how
hmm
did you land on the pool burger, the pool
hmm
patty?
hmm Well, you know, it was between that and the Italian dinner we had. Um,
Mm.
by far the worst pasta I've ever had in my life. You can't trust
Mm.
Mexicans with pasta, it turns out. Um, it could have been that. That was like a strong contender. Um, but I realized that everyone was saying to avoid the tap water at all costs in Mexico.
Mm.
Um, and I can't help but think about the last piece of lettuce in the bin that I popped out. I took and put on my burger. So picture this, Ty. We have a bin of vegetables
Okay.
where you can like self-serve.
That I can very easily picture.
Okay.
No problem so far.
hmm Several bins of various vegetables, metal, of course. Um, Except the only difference here is you are behind the line, and you're using tongs and you're grabbing your vegetables to put on your burger. There was one scraggly last piece of lettuce sitting in a pool of water,
Oh.
and I wanted lettuce on my burger, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna shake it dry." And little did I know, it was probably covered in tap water, which was, used to clean the lettuce at some point, or maybe
Hmm.
not. I don't know. And yeah, I'm placing all my bets on that.
That's a pretty good guess, I would think. When I'm at Subway, I typically avoid the bottom of the barrel. That's where it's 50-50. You're either gonna get the freshest vegetables down there because they've been able to absorb a lot of water, so they haven't, like, dried out and gone crunchy, but there's
hmm
also the chance that you got some sort of like a craft alcohol brewing down there.
There's definitely a fermentation process happening at the bottom of the barrel because I don't think
Mhm.
Subway or this Mexican resort are practicing rotation
Mhm.
with the
They're not
produce.
dumping out the extras when they're just topping it up, right?
Exactly. Um,
Right, right.
so yeah, several diarrhea shits later, um, and a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol and half a bottle of Tylenol later, I'm back, baby. I'm feeling pretty good today.
Wow. Even the strongest of stomachs can't survive Mexican water. That's incredible. I would say that you have a stomach of steel just
Hmm.
based on these things I've seen you eat.
Oh, I know, and I was proudly saying that about myself as well, many times to LP, of course, and then now she's like, you know, not shy about rubbing that in my face.
Right.
When I
So
come out of the bathroom, she says, "Hey, steel stomach."
So tell me, Eric, would you rather get the novel coronavirus or experience another gut-wrenching, stomach ailment like this?
Mhm. Both born from a similar place, but I think I would have to go with stomach ailment because I'm back after 24 hours, you know?
That's great.
Um,
No quarantine necessary.
yeah, exactly. I'm able to, continue whining, in between bathroom breaks. I'm able to go get the steak dinner, which I'm doing
Right.
tonight. If I had the coronavirus, I would be stuck here and not able to fly home. So, as much as that sounds kind of nice, I just can't afford to do it, Ty.
It does
I
sound
can't I can't
nice.
experience any more of these.
You're getting better at Spanish. I feel like you are closer to becoming a Cancun resident. So perhaps it's in your best interest to to get the novel coronavirus.
Totally. I need a reason to stay because, flight leaves tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm ready.
Wow, it comes so fast. Well,
It
I'm
does.
glad you got to enjoy the experience and that this stomach ailment is hitting you later in the vacation than earlier.
Mhm. That's true. I'm a little bit worried about the flight.
I
I'm
wouldn't
hoping
want to be sitting in the middle seat next to you.
no, exactly. I definitely will be, um, taking over or hijacking the last row, last aisle seat.
Mhm. What you should do is you should just eat a bunch of bread before you get on the plate. Soak up whatever's happening in your stomach.
That is a good point, yeah. I'll probably eat, like, a few baguettes, some tortillas, hold the meat,
Mhm.
hold the
Hold the
cheese.
meat. Yeah. I think that's a good
Mhm.
idea. I find whenever I'm in a situation where I need to, I guess, slow down my digestive process,
Mhm.
herb and cheese, baby.
Herb and cheese, hold everything else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just here for the bread,
Exactly.
which is
Anyways, yeah,
a
that
life motto, really.
yeah, exactly. Only thing I'm chasing is bread, baby.
That's a fact.
Um,
Wow.
so yeah, that's been my last 48 hours since we last spoke. Um, yeah, that's what I'm going through. Any
Honestly, Eric,
updates
you
on
can
your
only
end?
really blame yourself here. Like, when I see the bottom of the bucket at Subway, I don't go near that. I know better. I know that there's something a brewing
Mhm.
in that thing. And
Mhm.
for you to like man the tongs and go in there like a little surgeon, I
Mhm.
feel like I don't know. I feel like we should take away your operating license. You made a
I
bad
know.
call, my friend.
I know. I was
Should have
playing
known better.
doctor. Yeah, I was
Hmm.
playing doctor and said, "Let me, do this myself. Let me get in there with some tweezers." But I actually think that this all-inclusive, you know, environment that I've found myself in is actually a trap, and
Yeah.
it's because you really liquor it up at the pool, and then any kind of like um, brain cells left just cannot process like any risk.
Right. And next thing you know, you're making bad decisions at the burger bar.
Exactly, yeah. I've caught myself making bad decisions after a few drinks many times, but this time was at the burger bar, the poolside grill.
Yeah. I think this is what big resort wants. They want you to make these decisions so
Mhm,
that you're kind of stuck there. That you stop eating after that, right? You're like, "Oh,
mhm.
I can only blame myself. I need to stop eating." And then they save
Yeah,
a little bit of money.
exactly. That's how they, are able to offer such affordable rates for their vacations because you're not eating for half the trip because
Yeah,
your stomach is so sensitive.
they're probably counting on like a 50% sick rate for their clientele, hey?
Yeah, I actually looked it up and it's 30 to 70%.
Actually?
Yeah.
Yo,
And
so
now I
30
was
to
gonna say like
70%.
it's kind of like similar to Subway, like if you think about it, like 30 to 70% of the time when I go, I feel like ass after.
Bro, Subway has that stat. It's probably like only like you have to like reach a certain uh level within the org to get revealed this information. It's
Highly
confidential.
classified.
Yeah, they have a stat though, I'm sure. I bet it's
Hmm.
higher than 30%.
Yeah,
They
they do
know
have
what they're doing to
uh
this world, the damage they're causing.
yeah. They've got an analytics dashboard where you can filter by like nausea, heartburn, indigestion. You can slice it by location, I heard.
That'd be great. I would love to see like people in my area experiencing similar symptoms.
I know. We could even
They
start
could
like
send
a
out a
Reddit group.
yeah, I'd like to see them send out a mass text, like an emergency, like a tsunami warning as well. Like a lot of people are feeling pretty shitty from the subway lettuce.
Yeah,
Uh,
avoid public bathrooms.
Avoid public bathrooms. You may have salmonella.
Yeah. But I've been taking it pretty easy since then. Only thing I've eaten today is two slices of bread.
Good on you.
Unfortunately, it was not herbs and cheese, but it was a sesame bun and also a slice of rye. And it
Mm,
felt like there was like some turmeric on the outside.
really? A little bit
Y-
of color. It would probably be
Yeah,
pretty pale bread then otherwise.
yeah. Darker than the whole wheat at Subway, but tastes almost the same, I would say.
Speaking of toasting buns, how are your cheeks right now? You getting a
My
lot of
cheeks
tan
are
on the
toasted, buddy.
beach? Yeah,
Oh,
that's good. Good to
absolutely.
hear.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nice glow.
Oh yeah, I've been oiled up. Much like the top of the Italian herbs and cheese before you plop it in
Mm.
the oven. Um,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I've got a golden crisp, just radiating off me, and yeah, I can't complain about
Well, Eric, that sounds appetizing. Let me tell you.
that. I know,
I'm
just
so
sprinkle some oregano on me and eat me up.
he's good to go. uh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for
Hmm.
you.
Thanks, Ty.
I'm withering away like a tomato.
Oh yeah,
Just
it's cold over there, hey?
yeah, I'm feeling pale. I'm feeling soggy. I
Oh
feel like
no.
yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like my life is ending.
yeah. We're gonna need you to light up a burrito candle for us and
Hmm.
get back on your feet, hey?
I think so. I feel like 2022 isn't all it's cracked up to be.
So far, not so good, if you ask me. Um,
All the indoor activities are life threatening, and all the outdoor activities are wet.
that's true. I mean, I guess if you look at it positively, you could say that I started the year off with a cleanse.
Mm,
Just been consuming nothing but water today, so
mm,
just trying to get back on my feet over here as well. Slept in today.
That's good for you. That's what you should do on vacation.
Hmm. Absolutely. Tell me about your time over there in hell.
In hell. Yeah, it's a bit colder than hell, but no, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, Eric. I had a bagel sandwich the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been
walk me
trying this
through
new
that.
vegan cream cheese.
Is it cashew based or chickpea based?
Well, let me just grab the label and I'll try to explain to you what I'm eating here. It says okay, so there's the only word that's really distinguishable on first glance. It's creamy. It doesn't actually just explain what it is.
Hmm.
Creamy. I'm gonna double click in now. Alternative to cream cheese, 100% vegan with coconut oil.
Oh.
So the ingredients here is oh, this is a product of Greece. It's just
Yes.
water, coconut oil, potato starch, sea salt, some things I can't pronounce, and olive extract. So
Hmm.
it's very interesting.
So it looks like Big Vegan has skirted the law by calling it just creamy and not, saying the word cheese anywhere on there. Because if they did, they'd be in a quick lawsuit.
No kidding. It's kind of funny that they can't just call it cream. Like Who IP'd the word cheese?
Big butcher.
Big butcher. I mean, like Subway never says the word cheese. They will never say that word when. Oh wait, cheese and toasted. They say cheese and toasted. Does that mean that they're like suggesting the cheese is real?
I mean, probably. If you get a truly vegetarian or vegan sandwich, is that like holding cheese? Probably.
You'd have to hold the cheese. You could only say toasted.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
you'd have to answer the question with no and yes.
toasted, yes. Cheese, no.
Mm-hmm. Tricky
Um,
situation.
yeah. Oh man. Um, I'm just thinking back to this horrifying burger bar still. Just like, let me
I
walk you
would
through this like pasta dinner that I had.
okay. I want to see the topping breakdown of this burger.
Oh, the topping breakdown? Okay, let's see. Um, good old fashioned American patty. Like I said, this
Nice.
place only makes American food. Okay. Um, it's like purely designed for the fat American tourist to come in, appropriate the culture and then leave feeling stinky, stinky and sweaty and sunburnt.
Right. It's not unlike America's favorite American sandwich restaurant masquerading as Italian food.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's more so to like get just a hint of culture. Like I don't actually want to support the culture. I just want like a little hint of it.
Do you think the Italians are like, my culture is not your sandwich?
Yeah, my culture's not your costume.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So okay, the burger, American patty, American cheese. It's like when you go to Subway and you get in like Subway in the U.S. and the cheese options are like white or American or like something
Mm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the American one, which is yellow, obviously.
Yep.
Translate it for us Canadians here.
Thank you.
Um, and then one cursed piece of lettuce, one slice of tomato, some onion, and some jalapeno, and that's it.
It's pretty simple actually. You've made a
Mm-hmm.
timeless sounding burger.
Mm-hmm. Maybe even a little bit of salsa roja.
Oh yeah. So on first glance, you'd think that there's nothing abnormal, nothing to worry about in this order, but it's really in the
Mm-hmm.
details. It's really in the
Yeah.
scraggly wet lettuce.
Mm-hmm. I've been burnt by shreddis many times in my life,
Hmm.
but I didn't know that 2,000 kilometers away, the same thing could happen.
Yeah, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me realize like are artists doing the due diligence of like just assessing the vegetables they're putting on our sandwich, or are they kind of shooting blind?
Mm-hmm. They're shooting blind for sure.
I think they are
Now
too.
that I think about it, there was a lot wrong with my order. Um, like I'm just thinking it was a really messy day and it was kind of a blur because I was so faded off the Aperol
Right.
spritzes.
Too many
Um,
Aperol spritzes. I get it.
yeah,
I
so I also ordered a hot dog, um, as well as two pork tacos. And I actually spilled one of my drinks like on the taco. And then I proceeded to eat it. And it just
Damn.
tasted like my Aperol spritz, but I was like way too drunk to care. And who knows, that could have contributed to my ailments
It
today.
could be any number of things, it sounds like.
There was a lot wrong with yesterday. Not only was I eating bad, but I was baking in the sun the entire day, drunk out of
Yeah.
my mind, not drinking water. Um, yeah, just cooking up.
In a way, you exposed yourself because if your body has been strained by excess heat and alcohol, you're not really setting yourself up for success when consuming any foreign meal. And I find this a lot of times at Subway. If I had a bad night's sleep or if I was feeling a little stressed,
Hmm.
then the effects of the sandwich are going to, I think, like multiply in some way when I eat it. So if it
Hmm.
would normally give me a small stomach cramp, I'm going to have a really like painful stomach experience as a result of everything else going on in my life. It's all connected, you know?
That is true. The gut is connected to all parts of your body,
It's the
and
brain of the chest.
that's Fuck, that was so stupid. But you're right, it is. It's all connected. A bad gut can lead to so many wrongdoings in your body. And you're right,
Yeah.
having your body drunkenly try to kill off some kind of Mexican mariachi band in your stomach is, it's gonna be tough for your body.
It's gonna be really tough. So how do you prepare for that, Eric? Like, because on vacation, you cannot just simply stop drinking alcohol. I think you signed a contract at the front desk that you were
Hmm.
going to consume at least 20 drinks a day, right?
Exactly. So I think like the only way to do it is to, you know, avoid weird looking food as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I did take a probiotic every day as well, like the whole month leading up to my vacation and
Mm-hmm.
during the vacation. And I think that probably saved me a little bit. Like, who knows what shape I'd be in right now if I did not take those probiotics.
Right.
Um, I've also been avoiding like tap water as much as I can. Like, I've been like brushing my teeth with like a bottle of water.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
I only brush my teeth with sparkling water on vacation.
exactly, I had the room service bring me some San Pellegrino and been brushing my teeth and showering with that. But other than that, I think it's in the hands of God. Much like, when you go to Subway, it's in the hands of your sandwich artist.
It's in God's hands now.
Yeah.
No, I mean the probiotic move is pretty smart actually. I've been really scooping the yogurt. I only do Greek yogurt, you see, which is
Hmm.
ironically also where my creamy comes from.
Exactly. Me
Uh,
too.
uh, and I
High in
think
protein.
like yeah, high in protein. It has a nice thick texture, which is good for replicating mayonnaise. If you want to stay away from like, I don't really believe that's.
Oh.
I've heard so many controversies online that Subway's mayonnaise and light mayonnaise are the same mayonnaise, right? They just
Yeah,
put the mayonnaise in the light mayonnaise bottle, and you're none the wiser.
that is true. I mean, light mayonnaise is really funny as like a marketing scam.
Like,
Like, are you really like saving any calories? Like, you're not putting other
yeah,
sauce on your thing anyway.
is that what it is? Is it just less calories?
I assume so.
Hmm.
Less fat.
Hmm. I'm not really sure. Less something.
Yeah,
But that's
less
just
soul.
like less. It's just marketing though, right? Because really, it's some sort of there's a trick here. They're swindling us with this term light mayonnaise. So I would rather light mayonnaise simply be just a lighter substance in general, and that's why I gravitate towards yogurt.
Hmm. So,
Yeah.
okay, walk me through how do you make Greek yogurt taste and look like light mayonnaise?
Hmm. Well, there's a few different methods here. My favorite one is to add a little bit of lemon.
Oh.
So that'll like actually that's more like a sour cream kind of thing. I would probably if I was trying to replicate mayonnaise, I might just use it one for one. I think if you're like just trying to eat it straight up, which I know you have a weird thing for eating mayonnaise straight up,
Yeah, you're right.
uh,
I
you
always like
you
the
would
spoon.
probably notice. But as soon as
Hmm.
it's in another, if it's like a secondary character in a meal, I feel like you could just do a one for one transaction.
Hmm. Interesting.
Maybe like a
Um,
little bit of vinegar and like a little bit of like mustard would help take the tartness off the yogurt and balance
hmm.
out the flavors.
Yeah, I think you need some acidity in there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, I
To
think
make it
so.
feel like you are, well, because there's vinegar in mayo, so putting that in will definitely make it like taste more like mayo.
Yeah, that's probably the move. So I would like to see Subway replace the light mayonnaise with a creamy Greek substitute,
Hmm. I gotta
presumably
say,
yogurt.
you putting like Greek yogurt on your bagels instead of cream cheese is like very boys who can cook energy.
Dude, my
Like,
whole diet's so twisted out of control right
yeah,
now. It's all
it's like
subs.
it's like you can put in like all this effort to make like vegan stuff like taste like the non-vegan equivalent. But instead you're just going one step in that direction. And it's kind of like you're just like substituting a random sauce that's not mayo or cream cheese.
It's a completely arbitrary substitution at this point. They're both dairy products. But the
Exactly.
benefit, Eric, the benefit is the probiotics. And I am looking forward to a more biotic lifestyle.
Mhm.
And I think, like, if I had the option to do that at Subway, then I would be consuming probiotics at the same time I'm consuming like, a bomb that's gonna go off in my stomach later, and it'd be nice
Mhm.
to put a few good guys in there to fight it off the bad guys.
Absolutely. And these Mexicans are, they're hopping the wall into my stomach, and we need some, border security over here to, straighten them out because I can't be having these, you know, aliens, these stomachicular aliens.
Mhm. Yeah, there's some illegal aliens in your stomach right now, and it's that, wet and moldy shreddis. So
Yeah,
you need the
exactly.
probiotic army to step in here and put a wall
Mhm.
up between
Yeah,
them and the stomach lining.
yeah. The probiotic army needs to, pull up in their blacked out Tahoes and say, "Show me some papers," because you're not allowed in here, buddy.
Yeah, that's a fact. There's, like there's, like, only a few things that like, punch you in the gut as hard as a Subway sandwich, you know?
Mhm.
The only one I can think of is, like, Jake Paul, but I'm sure there's others.
Yeah. Well, it turns out, as
Bum
bad
might
as Subway
punch you in the
is,
gut.
yeah, as bad as Subway is, um, it's still no match for the Mexican version, and that is the poolside grill.
Mm,
Um, truly, defeated me. But after tomorrow, we are back, and I cannot wait to get a Subway sandwich in me because I do need some leveling out.
mhm. You know what you need, Eric? You need to go back to the poolside grill and beat this final boss.
I need to
I don't think
drop
you can
this
go home
metal thing
until
on the
you
ground.
win.
I gotta empty out the lettuce and say, enough is enough.
Mhm.
Peg
'Cause,
the
like,
patriarchy.
you're not the kind of beta male that's going to just bend over and let the poolside grill take you.
That is true. I need to go back and like threaten the guy and make him give me my tip back because I had a bad time, and
Mhm.
that's not okay.
Yeah, I want you coming out on top. You're no bottom, Eric. You're coming out on top.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ty, it's been a pleasure.
It really
Um,
has been. I really hope you feel better too.
thank you so much. I'm gonna be heading down to a steakhouse right now, and hopefully, that is the meal that fixes me. This filet mignon that is free, might just be the one to put me back.
You're not a problems guy. You're a solutions guy.
Exactly. I'm kind of a brainstormer, just
Mhm.
throw shit on the wall until it sticks. But
I hope a steak dinner helps. Don't get it
exactly.
rare.
Yeah, I won't. Um, okay, breadheads, thank you so much for listening. Ty, speak to you next week, buddy.
Sounds good, King. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans. You know the deal, breadheads. And we'll see you next week. Think fresh, everybody.
Ciao.
Ciao.